Hey everybody, what's good? Vixon J here with another episode of Advice Roulette, where I talk to random strangers and try to gain advice on the internet. If this is your first time to the channel, please subscribe. If it's not, then yeah, welcome back to this very random segment. I never know what I'm gonna see on here. I never know who I'm gonna talk to. We're just gonna roll the dice and see what happens. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
So, if any of you need advice, I'm willing to help.
You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay, so we're both in relationships right now.
Okay.
And actually, we're best friends and our boyfriends are best friends.
Oh, one of these deals. All right.
And we're all in like the same friend group, but I've been dating my boyfriend for 9 months. 6. And she's been dating hers for 6.
Okay.
And they're like ignoring us right now. I don't know why.
Ugh.
And they're with their other best friend, Jacob. But he's single and
he's not very trustworthy.
Jacob's trouble. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Jacob's the trouble one. So yeah, go on.
They've been like best friends since like 6th grade or like. So it's kind of like a deal where if we see something bad about Jacob, they'll get like defensive about it.
Like we love him and we're friends with him
Yeah.
too, but like if we try to like say something like he makes me upset because they'll just get mad at us.
Gotcha, because it's like bros before girls, or you know how they say it. You know the
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. So it's like it kind of comes off as, hey, like Jacob's being whatever, and they're like, come on, girls, what's your problem? Like, Jacob's cool, we're all cool. What's the deal? Like, get off his back. Jacob, why don't you go out with him? Yeah, no, I get it. So basically you're trying to figure out how to communicate with your boyfriends to say like, all right, Jacob's all right sometimes, but other times it's like, all right, he's doing a lot. You know what I mean? So you just need advice like how to kind of communicate that with them for them to listen. Well, I think it makes it challenging that you're all kind of in the same friends group. You know what I'm saying? And I think the approach of like trying to tell them together may be a lot. So I would say when you and your respective boyfriends are just like hanging out, having alone time, and maybe somehow try to bring up the conversation, not like, hey, you know, we're just hanging out, going to the store. Oh, so about Jacob? You know, like don't make it so like blatant. But it has to be a way where it doesn't seem like they're being quote unquote attacked. Because boys like this is like, of course they're going to be defensive about their friend, especially if they've known them for a long time, right? But if you kind of do it on a one-on-one type deal, where it's like, hey, you know, like Jacob said something the other day that I wasn't really cool with. Like, you know, I'm just letting you know that I know we're all cool, but like, you know, sometimes it's just a lot, you know, and unfortunately you have to do that because yeah, obviously you'd want this Jacob guy to be accountable for what he says and does. Like if he is being a jerk in certain cases, like you don't want to just kind of dance around it or like ignore it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say try your best to like at least tell your boyfriend separately, not together, because once it's together, their powers are amplified. You know, you know, pretty much like it's bro code. It's like, oh, come on, ladies, you guys are being crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know how boys are. It's just like, oh, come on, girls, whatever. But if you get them separately, right, and you kind of mention it like separately, and you kind of just mention it together in that regard, then they might be more willing to listen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I hope that helps. Really.
It does.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Okay, great. Well, good luck, and I hope your knucklehead boyfriends actually listen. Hello.
Whoa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
My parents are going through a divorce right now, so that kind of sucks right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
So
it's hard, you know, because my dad wants me to stay with him, and my mom wants me to stay with her, and like I had to do that thing where like I had to see them like, you know.
Yeah, kind of go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
I have a brother too. He's 7, and I like don't want him to deal with that. Like I don't know, like he's like I've dealt like with depression because of my parents sometimes and my mom, and like now it's like a hard time because like I'm starting school soon, and like I'm gonna like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I can imagine what you're going through. Like when I was younger, my parents split up, and that was like around I want to say I was in elementary school when all that happened.
hmm
So it's like my parents were together, and then they split up, and then I remember my mom moving around a lot,
yeah,
and it would be the case where I have to like visit her like ever so often, like every other weekend at the time, and that was kind of hard for me because it was like like I was used to them together, right? And then I had older siblings too, so they kind of like were kind of used to it already. And then when they split up, they kind of understood what was happening. But for me, I was so young. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like what's happening here. Like I miss my mom, but I'm with my dad, and that whole like back and forth of it, right? So I could definitely understand what you're going through. I think the best thing is, um, like, do you feel like you have a better relationship with one parent versus the other?
my mom.
My mom. Oh, okay, your mom. Yeah, so like you find like she's easier to talk to, easier to like kind of communicate with. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing for me. I would say, and is it that are you living with your dad now or your mom?
My mom.
Okay, you're living with your mom, and then you have to go visit your dad ever so often.
Yeah.
Um, I would I would certainly like keep the lines of communication open when it comes to your mom, just in the sense of like how you're feeling and what's going on. And I'm pretty sure they might have an idea of what you and your brother may be going through, but considering that they're kind of working their own issues out, right now I think they're just trying to work on the concept of co-parenting. So you definitely have to be a little patient with them as it relates to like how they're trying to handle things. And once again, just remember it's not your fault. That's first things first. Like it's not your fault. Like unfortunately, they just had their issues that they had to work through, and they once again they just have to work it out on their end. But as long as there is a level of co-parenting there where you can at least go see your dad ever so often, I mean, it's not ideal, it's not great, but it's at least they're at a point where they can kind of understand that they both need to be in your lives in some way, right? So, how often do you get to see your dad? Like,
The last time I saw him was July 4th.
okay, July 4th. So, yeah, a couple days ago. All right, so not bad. So, I mean, are they working out that you get to see him like every week, every other week, like
No, it's every 2 weeks I see my dad.
every 2 weeks? Okay, well it's once again, it's definitely something to get used to, and it's not going to be easy, especially if this is very new and fresh. It's definitely not going to be easy. So you know, I think it's important to kind of start building a relationship with your dad, just in the sense of because you're used to them obviously being in the same space, and now that they're not, it's very difficult to kind of like keep up that lines of communication. So I would say um, you know, definitely the weeks that, obviously you're not visiting him, just try to at least like call him more often, you know, and kind of keep that state of normalcy. I think just communicating with him, yeah.
But the thing is, like, I want to see, like, before, like, all that happened, like, they got the divorce and everything, and, like, he said that he never wanted to see me and my brother again.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah. And then he, like, switched it up a couple months, like, a couple weeks, like, he wanted me to stay with him. But before everything, he didn't want to see or do anything with me and my brother.
yeah.
Like, she got, like, a new boyfriend, and then
Mm,
he was like, oh, like, what if he, like, this is so bad, but, like, what if he rapes you or something, you know? Like, he
wow.
said all that stuff to me, like, beginning of everything. And the thing is, like, I just don't want my little brother to deal with that, you know? Because he's 7,
Right.
and, like, he doesn't know anything. He's still, like, small. And I just don't want him to deal with that because my parents, like, they never had the best relationship in the world because they always, like, fought every time, you know?
Mm,
They didn't have, like, my dad cheated and everything, like, when I was a baby, and then my brother came. So, like, they had to stay together because my, like, religion is, you have to stay because, like, my mom's parents, like, wouldn't let her divorce my dad when he, like, after my brother, so she had to stay. But when they finally like got the divorce in January, like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard because I just like I'm fine, but I'm just worried about my little brother.
Right.
How he's gonna deal with that in like elementary school and then middle school and then high school.
Yeah.
That's all I'm worried about because like right now I'm all he has because I have summer right now and I'm babysitting him all the time. I'm spending time with him. So like my mom is working, so like he's like all I have, and I like like I want to like I don't know, like I don't want him to like I want to distract him from like what's going on because but like it's hard sometimes because like
Yeah, no, I completely get what you're saying. Like, and kind of similar. Well, not similar to what you're saying, but like, when it came to me and my brother, I guess he kind of was trying to play the same role like you are to your brother, because at that point I just wasn't understanding what was happening, and I think he was trying his best to like not necessarily explain what was going on, but just doing his best to kind of just have me understand that this is a new normal and not make it seem like it's a bad thing, but I think just like sticking by your brother. I think that's what's most important. He might at some point start asking questions. He's gonna make it. He's gonna really he might be in a level of confusion at some point. You know what I mean? But I think it's important for you to stick by him and not really just a matter of like trying to distract him, but more just reassuring that everything's gonna be okay.